when you take all the felt that's been cut to the right size and transferred to Department B. So Department B gets debited, work in process Department B, but Department A, that's where the felt was cut to the right size and the ink injected into the felt. That's what Department A had. So you debit work in process Department B and you credit work in process Department A. And then when we're completed in Department B, it's finished. So then we debit finished goods inventory and we credit work in process inventory dash Department B. So do you get that? So the only difference is you can have more than one work in process account. You could have several, all right, in the manufacturing process. We're going to figure the cost for each department. We're going to break it down into what are the direct material costs, what are the conversion costs. Remember, the conversion costs include direct materials and manufacturing overhead. In a lot of problems, they just break it down into two: direct material cost and conversion cost. So it's a process that we're going to have to go through. And the last process is to reconcile the cost started into production. And it's got to reconcile with cost. Either the products were finished, oh, and transferred to finished goods, or the product was not finished and stayed behind in ending work in process. So the cost that you started with carried over from last time period is added to cost added this time period. That has to equal the cost that we transferred to the next to finished goods inventory and what's left behind in work in process. Okay, does that help at all? Does that make sense to you? You read the chapter, you took notes. Does any of that make sense? Greg, you have a question, I can tell.
No, I don't have a question.
You put your head down, you kind of scratching your head like, I don't know what's going on. What the hell is he talking about? What are equivalent units? I remember reading it, but I didn't understand it. Is that your situation? You're still not quite sure what equivalent units are and how to calculate it?
No, sir.
What's that?
No.
No, you're sure. Okay,
Uh,
that's confidence.
yeah. Well, I
Or,
just
wait,
I
go
saw
ahead.
the weighted average method has 4 steps, and
Four steps. How about the first in, first out method?
I didn't get to the appendix.
Oh, no, you didn't.
No.
But when I taught at Grand Canyon University, I made my students learn both methods.
Yeah, that was my question that I was.
Oh, yeah. You want to be part of that group, that elite group that knew how to do both parts? Because
Yeah,
when you go to the university, you got to learn both of them.
I was.
But it's much easier if you know one
I was.
because it isn't that much of a difference.
I was communicating with another student, and I was brought out the point that in the chapters before, we never really covered the appendixes, but I did bring out the point that the weighted average method, or there's like two
First
methods.
in, first out method.
Yeah,
The costs are figured out first in, first out. But we're
yeah. I
doing
was
the
just
weighted
wondering if that was
average
going to be
method in the
covered in
chapter.
class because the
Yeah.
appendix
So
materials
the
we did not
question
cover.
is how much, let me tell you, let me see if you can see me. You can't see me because I'm sharing this right now. Okay, maybe I could do it this way. Okay, here is all of the accounting information. Here's all the stuff you can learn in accounting, right? But then we're doing managerial accounting. There's financial accounting, there's income tax, individual income tax, there's corporate income tax, there's auditing, there's a lot of different components of accounting. So here is the world of accounting. It's huge, the information. Our class covers this much of the information. And of the book we got, we don't cover it all. We cover like this much. This is what I have to say. Okay, we don't have enough time to cover everything in this book. But here's the meat and potatoes.